Guess what, crafters? I've got a new toy. I've got the Cricut Joy Xtra, and I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm Jamie, the crafty DIY guy. Welcome back to my channel. I'd like to thank Cricut for sponsoring today's video. Now, one of the top barriers that potential Cricut buyers run into is selecting the right machine. So I'm going to help you by hopefully making that choice a little bit easier by sharing some of the offerings and the potential of what the Cricut Joy and the Cricut Joy Xtra can do by answering a few common questions. Now, the most important thing to consider when choosing a Cricut cutting machine is identifying which types of projects you plan to create. Now, the first thing to consider is the type of projects that you plan to work on. Some Cricut machines are better suited for specific materials or projects such as cutting fabric or even making cards. Now, additionally, the size of the machine and the cutting mat should also be considered. As the larger machines can handle bigger projects, the smaller machines might just be better for your own crafting space. I know I'm very fortunate. I have 3 different Cricut machines. I have the Cricut Joy, I have the Cricut Joy Xtra, and I also have the Cricut Maker 3. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about that Cricut Joy Xtra and show you all the beautiful new features that are available on that machine. Now you may be asking yourself, what are the differences between the Cricut Joy and the Cricut Joy Xtra? Well, the Cricut Joy Xtra adds a wider cutting area up to 8.5 inches wide compared to the Cricut Joy, which is 5.5 inches. Now, the Cricut Joy Xtra also includes the print then cut capability. Now, this is a new feature that is highly sought after, and it allows makers to create their own fully colored stickers versus doing just single colored decals. Now, if you're interested in all of these features, you can find out more at cricut.com/compare. Now, before we move on, I do want to show you one project here. I'm going to go ahead and just load up my smart vinyl. This is so good because you don't need a cutting mat. However, if you did want to get a cutting mat for your Joy Xtra, you can absolutely do that as well. It's perfectly good for smaller projects as well if you're just using kind of vinyl scraps. Now, I've got this blank. I picked this up at my local dollar store, and the great thing about this blank is that it's nice and wide. As you can see, it is going to be a very good size for my project, and the Joy Xtra in that new size with the 8.5 inches, this is going to be able to handle this design, and I love this so much. Now, the Joy Xtra is definitely a lot faster than the Joy, and it has amazing cutting capabilities. Now I'm going to go ahead and just take my straight edge here, and we're just going to cut down that vinyl for my design. That way I'm not wasting a lot of my vinyl. I have vinyl that I can use for another project. Weeding the smart vinyl is still just as easy as it ever has been. You can go ahead and remove a majority of it just by simply peeling up on the corner, and then any of those kind of smaller bits or little intricate pieces, you can go ahead and just remove those with any of your Cricut tools, and you are ready to go. Now, I am going to go ahead and just trim this up just a little bit, that way it fits down, and then I want to change up my design a little bit. Now, I am going to change out these beads at the top because I'm going to keep that wood grain intact, but I do want to change out the beads and change them out to black, and I just happen to have some black beads on here. By the way, did you notice the transfer tape is the exact same width as the Cricut Joy Xtra? That I think is super great as well, because you can buy materials that are going to be the perfect size for your machine. Now, go ahead and swap out your beads. You can paint this, of course. You could do anything you want with this. That's the great thing about a DIY. I wanted to just be able to tie in that black, but I still wanted that kind of wood grain look because I want this to go in my kitchen. My kitchen kind of has that industrial farmhouse kind of vibe, and this is going to be really nice in there. So again, all I'm doing is swapping out the beads, the beauty of a DIY. Now for the transfer tape, you can see that the width is perfect for that, but we are going to cut that down just a little bit. I am going to use my cutting mat here because my my surface that I'm working on is actually my kind of silicone pad there, and that helps give you a little bit of stability, and then you can take your Cricut tools and just go ahead and smooth out everything and get ready for that transfer process. Now, I am using a permanent vinyl, and that definitely does adhere better, and as you can see, I've got a fantastic project here that I really like. Now you may be wondering which specific one will work best for you. Well, the best way to learn about the worthiness of both of these machines is to learn about their key features. Now, key features of the Cricut Joy Xtra include expanded project capabilities. You can make projects up to 8.5 by 11 inches on the machine mat, or you can go up to 4 feet long with smart materials. Now, with the Cricut Joy Xtra, you can make a personalized wide range of all kinds of projects in minutes. You can do stickers, you can do t-shirts, you can do labels, you can do vinyl decals and gift tags, and so many more. And the print then cut feature allows you to precisely cut around images printed by your own inkjet printer to create full color stickers and more. The cutting power of the Cricut Joy Xtra is still there, and it cuts up to 50 plus materials. So there's going to be no need for scissors because you can precisely cut materials like vinyl and iron-on, printable materials, cardstock, and so much more. Now, you can also work with the Cricut Joy foil transfer tools and the Cricut Joy pens with your Cricut Joy Xtra. So this is going to really allow you to maximize your creativity, expand your working space, and you can do a ton of really cool projects. Now you may be wondering, am I buying capabilities that I won't use, or have I truly found the right machine that's going to be the perfect fit for me? Well, in a nutshell, the choice between the Cricut Joy and the Cricut Joy Xtra ultimately comes down to your own crafting needs and your budget. Now, if you're a beginner and you prefer maybe smaller projects, you're looking for something that might be a little more budget friendly, the Cricut Joy is honestly fantastic. I've had the Cricut Joy for a long time and I absolutely love it. Now, the Cricut Joy Xtra is also budget friendly, but it also includes a wide variety of precision, personality, and a lot of creativity. Now, you can cut a lot of different materials, so you're going to really get your best bang for your buck because this machine is terrific. And every single time I use it, it seems like it gets easier and easier. I really am impressed with the Cricut Joy Xtra. Now you may be wondering to yourself, will I outgrow the capabilities of my machine? And in my opinion, I say no, because the possibilities are really limitless and it's really up to your own creativity. Now, if you're adventurous and you want to do larger projects at some point, then you can always upgrade to a larger machine. And if you want to continue to learn about Cricut machines, you can definitely check out some additional Cricut videos right here on my YouTube channel. There are several videos where I contrast and compare my different cutting machines that I use in my everyday crafting. Now you can also check out the YouTube channel for Cricut. They have a ton of information, including tips and tricks that I even personally use a lot of the times. There are so many great tricks out there and tips, and you can all learn them right here on YouTube.